Last Monday, you said the U.S. government can subpoena cold wallet keys. Yes. Does that include Tangent, Anchorage? If the U.S. government is capable of confiscating, stealing our crypto, why would other nations use XRP? So they can't confiscate it. They can just see it, right? So they can reconstitute the wallet. They can see it there. They can attribute ownership to you. They know that you have access to it. So if you are doing something illegal, then if it moves from that address, they know that you have access to that wallet. They can attribute it to you. They can't freeze your XRP. They can blacklist you. So that is one feature of the XRPL that does exist that allows people to keep from basically, accepting XRP from a party that they do not want to participate with, but they can't actually forcibly take it from you. But they can get your keys. They could reconstitute your wallet and they could send it themselves. Anchorage doesn't work like that. There are algorithmic keys that are generated. That's why we work with them. The accounts are segregated and there aren't any keys that are available for them to be able to do anything with it. And it's a multi-sig wallet. We would all have to sign off on it in order for them to, and you included, move it from there. So the more governance and friction you can build into stuff, the better off you're going to be. Tangent would be a little bit more difficult because Tangent creates the cards. I would expect that Tangent would have all those on file somewhere. Even if you never see the keys, they're an NFC chip. Tangent would be more difficult versus a Ledger or some of the other cold wallets that are out there. And again, anything that's onshore is going to be more susceptible to that. Things that are offshore, they're going to have a harder time with. We recommend Decent. They're in South Korea, which is an ally of the US. Look, there's always some risk in any investment or anything you're going to participate in. Don't be a bad actor. Don't be doing sketchy stuff or defrauding people or rugging people or doing any of that stuff that you shouldn't be doing. If you're not doing any of those things, I wouldn't worry about it, is my 2 cents. If you are a citizen contributing value to society and you're paying your taxes and you're doing all the stuff you're supposed to do, you're probably not going to have any issues. And if you don't want to be that type of person, and not necessarily that you want to be malicious and hurt other people, you should have additional safeguards. We set up trusts and things where we can get assets offshore, and the countersigners on that trust would have to sign on that wallet in order to remove it. And they're not going to do that because the U.S. doesn't have purview or, authority in the Cook Islands or some of the other places we structure things. So if you're that concerned about it, that would be the way that I would go about it. I would have a multi-sig wallet at an institutional custodian where your trustee or one of the countersigners on that was in a jurisdiction where the U.S. government couldn't manipulate it. But again, I don't think people need to really worry about that personally, unless you are a bad actor.